All right, so we have the last session for lesson 8, and this one is basically more of a review. So let's jump right in with the warm-up. Again, if you're listening to this on video, you can always pause it or rewind if I go too fast. All right, so how do we write 32 and 41 hundredths? Well, let's break this down. We have the 32 part, that's our whole numbers. We have the word and, which are our decimal. And the last one is 41 hundredths. Now, it's really important to recognize what the hundredths means. It means the last digit in 41 is in the hundredths place. So let's try that out. And that is right there in the hundredths. So that's 32 and 41 hundredths. Again, a lot of this is review, so I won't spend too much time on a lot of this stuff. Open up to page 161. This first example is we've already done it, so like it's already solved for us. So we're going to move right on to number 1 here. It says Aubrey runs a 100-meter dash in 14.895 seconds. What words could you use to read this number? The best bet to do is to create a place value chart, which if you can do along with me right here. And we got our tenths, we got our hundredths, and we got our thousands. Okay. And what we do is I like to start with my decimal point, and then I start placing my numbers in here. So I'm reminded what place value each one has. So let's break this down like the warm-up. Our whole number portion is 14. The decimal point is the word and. And this last portion here, we're naming it based on the least place value, which is thousands. So this is 14 and 800. $95 thousandths. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next page. Again, we're doing most of these examples, but not all of them. I'll let you know which ones we can cross out. Paolo measures the length of a sideline of a football field. It's 109 thousandths of a kilometer. Write this length as a decimal and in expanded form. So there's a lot going on here. But let's do this. Let's build a place value chart. Again, when in doubt for stuff like this, start with the place value chart and just start putting in the things that you know. So this one is 109 thousandths of a kilometer. So thousandths is our least place value. So it looks like we're going to do 109 thousandths just like this. Now we have to break this down in expanded form. And actually, we kind of already done it if we look at it up here. So basically, in the tenths place, we have 1. We do not have anything in the hundredths place, so we don't put anything. And then we have 9 in the thousandths place. And that's another easy way to create an expanded form. If you ever get a question like that, build a place value chart and just kind of translate everything down below. And there's our expanded form for that. So I thought that's a good review for expanded form. Number 3, which of the following correctly represents 4.082? So we have 4. The decimal point is and then this last part is 82 thousandths because that last place value is in the thousandths. And the only one that matches up with that is this one. And it asks, Rachel chose D as her answer. How does she get that answer? Well, what she did is she thought the 8 was in the tenths place. And then 2 was in the hundredths place. And that's incorrect. We can look up there. We have the 0 in the tenths, an 8 in the hundredths, and a 2 in the thousandths. So that's how she got the incorrect answer for that. All right, number 4, Daniel ran the 400-meter dash in 89.023 seconds, which expresses this in words. Well, it's 89 in 23 hundredths. So, or 23,000, excuse me, 89 and 23 thousandths. The least place value here is in the thousandths, and that helps name it. Number 5. So we've got expanded form, and they want to show the decimal form. The first thing I recommend is putting parentheses around each of these parts so you don't get the numbers confused. All right, so first spot here, we need a 6 in the thousandths place. So let's get rid of anything that doesn't have a 6 in the thousandths. Well, they all do, so that's checked off. We need a 2 in the tens place. So A is good, B isn't, C is, and D, we get rid of those right away. We need a 3 in the tenths place, and I cross out this one, and that only leaves me with this one. Let's double check. We have a 5 in the thousandths, and that works out just quite well. All right, cross off 6. We're not doing that one. And cross off 7. And let's do 8. All right, Alex wrote 103.903 in expanded form as shown below. Explain his mistake. So let's see what he came up with here. We've got hundreds, and we've got thousandths place. So his expanded form, we can use a place value chart really simply here. Here's our hundreds, tens, ones, decimals, tenths, hundreds, and thousandths. So let's plug in what he gave us. He put a 1 in the hundreds, a 3 in the ones, decimal point, a 9 in the hundredths, and a 3 in the thousandths. And let's fill in our numbers here with zeros. So explain his mistake. Well, for what it looks like to me is he should have moved, he put this one in the wrong one. He should have put that 9 into the tenths place, have it be correctly. So that's where he made his mistake. So again, place value charts will always make these easier to follow. And we're going to cross off 9. Again, this is a review lesson, so we don't have to do a ton of these. We just kind of do the ones that give us a general idea of what we've already learned. As far as your classwork goes, it's going to be another IXL. It's going to be G3 place value models for decimal numbers, and you may go to 100% for a house point. If you need any help, just let me know, and I'll be glad to help you.